Hey everyone, welcome back to Those Fake Nerds. I'm your host, Brian, and Elden Ring Night Reign is out. It's a huge success sales wise, a little bit of controversy surrounding the game itself and what it is and versus what players were expecting. The chief complaint that I've heard is that this game was designed around trios, but a lot of people would prefer that it were a duo experience. And I think the trios thing is fine. The real holdback is that you can't talk to people within the game, and so I was playing. I have some gameplay on the screen while talking about this. I was playing with my brother this week, and we got a third who is a great player of the game, helped us a lot through it, but you know we couldn't talk to him. Maybe a new friendship could have formed, but unfortunately we weren't able to. So this is from IGN and written by Wesley Ian Poole, who says Elden Ring Night Reign duo expeditions on the way. FromSoft confirms sales jumped to 3.5 million. Elden Ring Night Reign is now up to 3.5 million copies sold after 5 days on sale, with its Steam user review rating improving from mixed to mostly positive. Elden Ring was a massive hit, selling 30 million since going on sale in 2022, and it seems unlikely that Night Reign will come close to matching that success. For better context, the Shadow of the Erdtree expansion sold 5 million copies within 3 days of release. FromSoft's multiplayer spin-off had launched to 2 million sales in just a day, but with a mixed rating on Valve's platform. Much of the initial negative sentiment revolves around Night Reign's brutal solo experience, its lack of duos, co-op, and its lack of voice chat, and other archaic mechanics that age-old multiplayers struggle to find enough friends to make up a coordinated 3-player group is very much a part of the Elden Ring Night Reign experience too. As explained in IGN's Night Reign review, let's get the most important caveat out of the way. If you're hoping to tackle Night Reign entirely solo and are anything less than a hardcore Elden Ring player that actively seeks out ways to make that already difficult game even more challenging, Night Reign isn't for you. Yes, there is technically a single player option, but it is so poorly balanced that I'd be shocked if it isn't patched and adjusted within the first month of release. And this is coming from someone who lives and breathes these types of games. But on Monday, FromSoft released a patch to make solo play much easier, and despite matchmaking problems over the weekend, sentiment has improved. Last week, producer Yoshiro Kiyato took to social media to comment on Elden Ring Night Reign's early sales success and to thank players for giving the game a go despite its quirks. He said Night Ring has some peculiar aspects to its game design and is different from our recent titles in various ways. Nonetheless, many of you bravely jumped into this world, and for that we are immensely grateful. As with Demon Souls or Sekiro, maybe confounding at first, but just like those games, Night Reign offers its own challenges and experience. Once you overcome the initial hurdle, it will surely provide a sense of accomplishment that is also very own. We hope you can enjoy it. So, what happens next? FromSoft said that the addition to the DLC releasing later this year, new additions will be gradually implemented, including enhanced fights against existing Night Lords starting this month, June, as well as duo expeditions at a later date. The addition of duos will come as some relief to players who have questioned its omission from launch. Elden Ring Night Reign drops players into the shifting lands of Limveld, exploring and fighting for survival either solo or in groups of 3. There's no way to play 2-player co-op currently. In IGN's interview with Elden Ring Night Reign director Junya Ishizaki, the Night Reign lead developer discussed the choice to lean on solos and trios as core experience options. When asked why there's no option for a pair of players to drop in together without match-made third player, Izaki said it was overlooked. The simple answer is that it's simply something that was overlooked during development as just a 2-player option, so we're very sorry about that. And as we said before, we set out to make this a multiplayer co-op game for 3 players, balancing 3 players. That's what the main focus. It's at the core of Night Reign. Of course, myself as a player understand that oftentimes I'm just playing myself, so that is something that we considered from the start. And so we did put a lot of effort in creating this experience with playable for solo players as much as the rules and new systems allow. So in putting all our efforts into that aspect, we kind of overlooked and neglected the duos aspect. But this is something that we are looking at and considering for post-launch support as well. This means that if you're playing with just your favorite duos partner, you have to accept a random third into your game. Playing trios is very much what Elden Ring Night Reign is built around. All right, so yeah, I think obviously as a live service Elden Ring slash Souls like game, this was something that was going to eventually have to come to a head, and I think the fact that they're jumping on it so quickly probably prompted by the fact that the game is selling so well, so they're more motivated to keep people coming in and enjoying the experience while they're here. Um, but yeah, I think once Duo comes out, even more people will buy it. And, I think it was just a weird omission from the start. So I'm glad to see that they're changing their minds there and they're adding it. So, what are your thoughts? Have you been playing Elden Ring Night Reign? If so, what do you think about it? How do you compare it if you're like a big fan of Elden Ring or Souls like games to those games? And as for me, this is the first time I've ever played a game like this. The appeal of being able to play with my brother who loves these types of games and is like an expert on them is what drew me to it. So that's why I'm playing. But would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I'm Brian. I'm a fake nerd, but this has been some real news. Do check out the main channel, Wicked Everything. This channel, of course, Those Fake Nerds. We have a sports channel, Wicked Sports, and our podcasting channel, Better Radio. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.